Welcome to another episode of the GINN podcast. I'm your host, Christine.
And that's it. No, thank you. It's still recording.
Okay.
I told her to do that, guys. My bad.
Yeah, he did.
Clickbait, you know what I'm saying? Use it for my Instagram story. But yeah, another episode. Appreciate you rocking with us, Mom.
You're welcome.
Thank you for coming. Before we get into this episode, because I have no idea what we're going to talk about, we're just going to freestyle it. I have no questions. First and foremost, March is Women's History Month. I don't know if you knew that.
I did not.
Women's History Month is pretty big because the shirt I'm wearing, Serena Williams, tennis athlete, if you don't know who that is. But when it comes to women, I think there's a lot of issues within corporate America, within regular jobs. And to put this on a platform where I can like express things about women for equalization and things of that nature, just be pretty dope. So that's why I wanted you here, because it's Women's History Month. So.
Okay. I have a lot of history.
What does that mean?
I don't know. I would throw that in.
How are you doing? Let me ask that first. How are you doing? Mental state, physical state?
Shit.
1 through 10.
1 through 10.
Give me that, 1 through 10.
I'm a 7.
Why not a 9 or a 10?
Because I'm home now.
Okay.
I don't like being at home, but I'm home now because I got injured last year at work. And so I'm
doing the stanky leg?
No. No, dude. I don't even know how to do that.
Yes, you can. Yeah. Tell them about the old days.
I don't.
Tell them.
Tell them what?
I don't know.
Okay, so...
No. Don't.
Hey, I was going to get into it. You wanted me to tell them? I was going to tell them about my breakdancing that my kids don't believe me. But I did. You. Like 11, 10, 11 maybe, 12. No, 12 is too old already. It was like 10.
Dun, dun, dun,
yeah.
Dun, dun. Nope.
The whole... I wish there was like videotaping, or there probably was videotaping.
So this was what, like in the 40s? Okay, I'll quit playing.
Bro, you're like you're gonna say the other word. But
no, say it. All right, so a little back context. If you haven't seen the first episode with me and my mom, I think I posted it May, June of last year. It's on YouTube, but it's in audio form. It's on all podcast platforms. I think it's called Mama. Go check it out. It's somewhere in my catalog of podcasts. You'll get a more broad view of like how we talk with each other, because she's my best friend. So like the relationship we have is not like most people. Some people do have it, which is cool. Most people don't have the relationship that we have, and it's kind of weird sometimes to see the relationship other people have with their mom and dads. But so if you see us talking to each other, cuss, whatever, don't pay us no mind. That's how we talk. That's how we communicate. It's all love on this end. So breakdancing.
I was actually in the 70s.
Oh, you were born in the 70s.
I was born 72.
Okay, so
it was in the late 70s, early 80s.
What made you want to do that though?
Because everybody else was doing it.
It was the cool thing back then?
Yeah. I was like a 6th grade, and we were doing a talent show.
Ooh.
No, but I didn't do breakdancing in the talent show. It was like a totally different other.
You were singing?
I think I was.
Yeah,
singing? You know what? I was
Gold Grease Lightning?
No. I don't remember this. I don't remember the name of the song, but it was with a friend of mine, Eddie Bettis, I think his name was. But
Jesus, how do you remember that?
But he passed away like a few years ago. And like,
that's a long time ago.
Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah.
How do you remember that?
Remember which part, the name, or what I did?
Well, like just in general. What was that?
I just do.
40 years ago.
I can't even remember what I did last week, but I can remember what I did like 20 years ago.
You know what's weird? Glad you brought that up. Like there'll be times where I'm like, okay, cool, I'm about to go home, I'm about to do this. Get home, don't remember what I told myself.
Yeah, that's me. Hey, but you know what?
So it's your fault.
No. I used to work at a grocery store, and I was a cashier, and I spoke out loud. I was actually thinking, and I said it out loud. And like the customer, So I was thinking this shit, and it came out, and the customer, she said, "Excuse me," and I was all like, "Did I say something?" And she said, "Like, Yeah, you did. And I was like, oh, I'm sorry. And she started telling me that the reason that we're like that, or that if we lose our memory on what we're thinking or wanting to do like hours ago,
Yeah.
is because we have a lot of things in our mind. She said, you must have a lot of things on your mind. And I said, yeah, I actually do. She says, that's the reason that you spoke out loud, not realizing it. But yeah, it was kind of crazy.
Well, shit. I don't.
Yeah. You have a
you have
1,000.
Huh?
1,000 things in your.
Oh yeah,
What?
yeah. Sorry.
Oh, no, I'm just kidding.
I was gonna say you had 4 kids at the time. I don't have 4 kids, but I still lose my mind. Like I don't remember shit.
I did have 4 kids, and you know what? Y'all were in elementary and middle school. Yeah. So work and kids and all that.
So I got a lot of new listeners. If you're watching right now, I got 2 older sisters, 1 older brother. I'm the youngest. And yeah, it's been a wild ride. We little back context if you're not gonna go watch that other YouTube video or listen to other podcasts. We are originally from Corpus, moved here 2002, 2001,
2002.
And I had got into some shit. I got locked up, and we had to move.
Shut the fuck up, you damn liar!
That's not what happened.
That is not what happened. You did not get locked up. You did not get in any trouble.
Don't lie to these people.
I am not. He's lying. He never got in trouble.
I was like 6, 7.
Yeah.
We moved here, and it's been cool ever since. Would you ever come back here
to San Antonio?
Yeah, because my mom doesn't live here right now. Would you ever come back here and live here?
I would. I miss it. Just the city alone, but like today when I was coming in and we hit traffic.
Yeah.
Like fuck that shit. I don't miss that at all.
So when you come out of the apartments right here in Alamo Ranch, like right out of my apartment complex, it's literally from like peak rush hour, like Friday at like 3:00. It's from there all the way to the highway.
Yeah, I know.
Like it's terrible.
That's the way it is right now.
That's like a mile, maybe 2 miles.
I told Trinity, I was like, man, this damn traffic, I hate traffic. And it's so noisy. Over there where I live, it's quiet, no traffic.
Yeah.
Like it's just pretty cool.
Peaceful?
Yeah, it's peaceful.
I couldn't do it though. Maybe when I get older.
And you just, what are you trying to say?
No, like
because I'm old? Because I like it over there? No.
I mean, there is young people that actually like the quiet and can live out there in like the country and stuff like that, but I don't think I could.
No, not you. I don't think you would. And you know what? Getting back to you forgetting stuff and things on your mind.
Yeah.
You've always been like that.
Really?
Yeah. Like in fact, I was telling, I think it was Gilbert. No, I wasn't talking shit. What do you mean talking shit? You talking shit?
No, you're talking shit about me.
No, I'm not talking shit about you. Okay. I don't remember who I was telling you. See?
Okay.
So maybe it is genetic. But anyway, I was telling somebody. I think it was Gilbert. I don't remember who.
Gilbert is my mom's boyfriend. Right now, ironically, we have the same name.
Yeah.
No, he's not my daddy.
Okay, so I was telling them. Oh, Aunt Norma. I just remember.
Miss her.
So I was telling Aunt Norma because she was telling me about her grandson. That her grandson stays up throughout the at night, and then in the morning he doesn't want to wake up, and she has a hard time. So anyway, I started telling her. I said, "You know what? He has anxiety," and she's like, "What do you mean?" And I said, "When little Gilbert was younger." I had them on a routine because they went to daycare, they went to school.
Yeah.
You know, I cooked dinner, home or whatever at the same time every day, Monday to Friday. So then at night, when it was ready to go to bed, you wouldn't go to bed. I would put you to bed like 8 or 9. Wake up 10, 11, use the restroom. You're still awake.
You know what
I would get after you.
Texting bitches.
No, you didn't even have a phone, you liar.
Okay.
And so anyway, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, you were still awake.
Ooh.
Yeah. And then when we had to wake up at 5, 6 in the morning to start our routine, you didn't want to get up. And then there were some times that you did want to get up and you were so energetic. I'm like, the hell? You were just awake like 2, 3 hours ago. But it's because, in my personal opinion, you had anxiety and you just had a lot of things in your mind. You just didn't know like what to do with all that. And you're still like that.
No, 100%. If I don't have a schedule and tasks are not put out vividly, like on my fucking board out there, I won't do it. Or I'll forget.
Yeah.
Even I can push it on there.
And still that's me too.
It won't get to it. But I will forget. Like I'll hit a certain point where I'm just like, I just won't remember. Like, oh, fuck, go check the board, see what you have to do. Like
Hey,
it's
maybe
just-
you need vitamins.
vitamins. What?
I don't know, some kind of vitamin.
Oh, there's this word. What's when you lose iron? What is that shit? Anemic. I think I'm anemic.
You're not anemic.
Anemic.
Whatever,
And I got-
however you say the word, you're not. He's not.
And I got eczema. I'm just kidding. I'm just
That is
kidding.
not funny, dude.
I'm just kidding. No, that's really bad. Eczema. I'm
Yeah,
just
it
kidding.
is.
Yeah. So the reason why I want to talk about
Hey,
it is
wait. Before we do,
Yeah.
do you have any of your ex-girlfriends that follow you
like on
on
social
the-
media.
or on the GINN podcast?
I think a couple.
Oh, a couple?
Yeah. Why?
Oh, okay.
But it's not like bad. Like it's all good between them. It's all good vibes. Just support. Why?
Like, no, I'm just asking.
What about you? Have any of your ex-boyfriends on the GINN podcast?
I do not.
Oh.
I can't even see your people that follow you
What?
on there.
Put your glasses on. You can't see.
No. Where does it say it, you liar?
I'm just kidding.
Ahorita mo fijar.
What?
All right, let me see.
No, don't put your glasses on. I'm just
Okay.
kidding.
I'm not.
But yeah, they do some of them, but I mean, I don't know. I think it's just support. I think it's pretty cool though.
Okay. So let's talk about them.
What do you want to know?
Oh, I don't know.
How about, okay, you ask me some questions.
No, I don't want to ask you questions.
Why
You ask
not?
me questions about them. Like if I know them.
Yeah, I know. I mean, you've met.
I don't know. What were you going to say before I interrupted you?
Just the whole situation with my ex-girlfriend. It was the biggest, like I'm glad it happened to an extent.
But you're not glad how it happened.
Yeah, exactly. Because I'm different. 100% different.
Like different in what kind of way? Like meaning what?
Think different.
Because of what happened?
Yeah. I'm more open as far as like what I can talk about. If it's like the hard conversations I want to have. Like if I'm wrong, I definitely want to have that conversation with you. Like I've never done that before. I literally
So do your listeners know what actually happened?
No.
No? Okay.
No. But I mean, it was just, I fucked up and it is what it is at this point. Can't do anything about it. And granted, we had that conversation with her. I had that conversation with her. It's been about 2 months. And that conversation was hard because that was the first time I ever had to admit to somebody else, not only myself, but to somebody else that fuck. Shit went south and it was all my fault.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm.
And it was to a point where I was like, damn, am I going to be like this for the rest of my life? Like, am I going to be that shitty person for the rest of my life? Because I think when it came down to it, the only word that I can describe the person that I was being selfish. Everything was about me. Everything. Traveling, food, fucking shoes, clothes, everything. It was just being me. Like yeah, she was in the picture, but it was never like, are you really in the picture? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
she was just there standing by. And I think if I would have switched my mindset to actually include her into things, because I think deep down, that's what she really wanted. And I personally think if it would have changed and included her into a lot of things, like asking her opinion on what I should do, asking her if she wanted to, like, what do you want to do? Because it was always me. It was always where I wanted to go, what I wanted to eat, what I wanted to buy, like just shit like that. It was never like just her wants or her needs.
I do remember like a couple of incidents where, me and you talked and you said, hey mom, so-and-so wants us to go here, but I don't feel comfortable over there, and I would be like, well, you should make an attempt to do it because
That's another thing too.
That's what she wants, and you have to be, a part of her life.
Yeah.
With whoever comes in it, her family and stuff like that. But I mean, in my personal opinion, what happened and the way it happened, it's going to be a mistake done by male or female. It's going to happen regardless, and it's just like, you do it once, you do it twice, you do it 3 times. If you keep doing it, then you know what the fuck you're doing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no, hey, I fucked up. No, you exactly know what you're doing. You're going to keep on doing it. But I always say it always starts with you.
Uh-huh.
If you want to break the cycle, you have to be the one to do it. Yeah. Nobody's going to do it for you. I could tell you 1,000 times what to do and not to do, and you ain't going to listen. Mm-hmm. You're going to do whatever Gilbert wants, but you got to break your cycle.
And it was that though too. Like I never wanted to chill with her family
Yeah, I know.
because if it ain't like my family, I don't want to do it. If it ain't like y'all, if I can't be myself around my brothers and sisters, like the relationships we have or anything like that, I don't want it. But it's not like that. Like,
But did you
they're
ever
not,
try it? Like, I mean, like, did you ever get together with them and see how they were?
yes. How I said yes. Yes, but it was never 100% effort. It was like 50, 75% at most. Like 100% if I would have like talked more, engaged more, maybe even invited them over a couple times, maybe even wanted them to hang over, stuff like that. I think it would have been a little bit better. And never did that. But I never, it just was weird because y'all mean so much to me and I never expected that from her, even though it was like that. Like obviously her people's family means
Yeah,
something to them.
yeah.
So I just never saw it that way. It was just like I wasn't comfortable in that fucking state with them, and it was like, but that's the thing though, you have to be uncomfortable. Like it's uncomfortable when just because I wasn't used to it.
But you know what? Like going back to high school when you
Yeah,
started dating,
yeah,
I didn't like nobody. I
yeah.
didn't like nobody that came through the door. Oh wait, they never came through the door because I didn't like them. But even then, like it was like that with you because the fact that I didn't like whoever you were dating,
Yeah.
so they would stay back, you know, like family wise or whatever. So the family, their side of the family was never involved because that's just the way I think. This is just my
Yeah, yeah,
mind
yeah.
thinking and stuff, and you know, so you were already used to that, you know, but then you started bringing them around, girlfriends around and stuff, you know, and
Why you say it like that?
well, girlfriend. Should I say
I'm
girlfriend?
just kidding.
I mean, you're 26. You've had a few
Yeah, yeah,
relationships,
yeah.
but I can honestly say that this last one was different.
So we had a conversation, and I wanted to bring it up. We had a conversation the other day, or not the other day, probably like a month or two ago, and I cried my eyes out because you had told me something, and it was just like what you just said. Like it was different. She was different, and it was just
I
like,
could see it in
yeah.
her,
And
like
see, that's the thing, man. Like at some point in time during the pandemic, like mid last year, I was just like, fuck, am I gonna be like this the rest of my life? Like I said earlier, and was that the girl? Was that the one? You know what I'm saying? Like they have like the one and stuff like that. Like you're gonna be with the rest of your life that you connect with or whatever. And I'll be straight up honest, we never had a relationship with another girl besides her. Like that was the most comfortable I ever got with a girl, and you can see it. I know you can because of what you just said. And the conversation we had was just like I just broke down because we I don't think I've ever had the courage to actually tell you something truthfully until that point in time because I had to. Because I've been lying. I had been lying to my friends. I had been lying to her. I had been lying to you. Everybody. I was lying to everybody. I was lying to myself. It was a whole lie. Everything was a lie. Lie after lie after lie. And it just got to a point where I was just like, man, I can't do this. So much time, so much effort, so much fucking energy for what? So I can feel like shit. So I can have mental issues. So I can like just be a fucking dog. Like, why? It don't make sense. And I didn't think about that till like day before yesterday, thinking about what we're gonna talk about. But it was just like you realized something that I didn't, and I should have talked to you more.
and you know when you first started dating her, we had a conversation,
Y'all
and
too.
no, you and
Oh,
me, and we talked about how how she was mindset like you. She worked, she had her
yeah,
own vehicle, she had her own credit card, she knew how to finance it. Like she knew how to do everything that you knew how to do, and you wanted to build a foundation with her. So that's what ended up happening. But of course, you didn't see that at that time,
hmm,
you know, and that just didn't work out. But you know, you have to go through things and make mistakes
yeah,
in order for you to learn from them and not do it again. I've always felt that when you get in a relationship, you either learn from the relationships and you move on, or you stay with it and learn and make a foundation.
Yeah.
You were just not ready to learn and make a foundation. You still need learning and you still have to go on until you find that right person. And you might not know that that's the person that's right for you.
Yeah.
Until you're in a relationship for quite a while.
I wanted both sides. Like, I'll be honest with you. Like, I wanted to be like what it felt like in high school. You know what I'm saying? Like that.
Because you're not ready to. You're grown up now. You mental wise, you've grown up a lot.
Yeah.
You weren't ready then. You know, because you just weren't. You were beginning.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, okay, versus like somebody that was to like a woman that was to have a child and the father's not involved in the life, right? Well, the mom has no choice but to keep going for the child versus a father. Hey, and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying everybody's like this. Every, man is like this. Just as there's some men that don't realize that when you are in a relationship and a child is going to be born and you just abandon the child, that literally affects the child big time. Like, you might not see it now, but as they grow older, they'll have mental issues. They'll remember things that you wouldn't even remember. So, hey, if you need to take care of your responsibility with your child, I would honestly do it. Don't fuck up the child's life just because you weren't fucking ready or you just didn't want to do it. Don't do it. It fucks them up. And this is our future, so we want to make sure that our future children know what's up. We don't want them to be all fucked up in the head because of the parents, but you just weren't ready,
And I thought I was 100%. I thought I was. And I thought she was like, for a time, I was just like, for 2 years, I was just like, I'm not going to do any of this. Solely focused on her. And we talked about it. Temptation, insecurities got in the way, and it was just like, it happened. And then it just was, after that, everything changed. Like, it was just a cycle. Like, I was just there to be there. Because I already knew in the back of my head, if she did it, I already had something to fall back on.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to get you before you're going to get me.
Yeah, it does.
And you're not going to get me the way I got you because that was way worse.
Yeah. And I was like that too.
That's a shitty way to fucking live.
No, it is. Like, honestly, like me and my relationships after me and your father divorced, it was like, if I get into a relationship, I'm not going to let them do it to me first. And so 2-3 years would pass and that was a cutting point. I would stop dating them. And then I would start dating somebody else. And then the insecurities, like it was fucked up. Yeah. Like, literally, it is. Like, it'll fuck somebody up.
But like, that's the thing too, is like, you don't know what actually you're going through until after. Like, after the fact. You have no idea. Hey,
but temptations are hard. In a relationship, insecurities and temptation is really hard. It gets to the point where you're always working. The man's always working. The mom's always taking care of the kids. There's no time for y'all as a couple because y'all no longer by yourself. You have a child, a responsibility, but there's other ways to get around it so y'all could still have that, I don't know, that spark or whatever you might call it. But I mean, it could be a bitch, man. Like, for real. Like, you got to be a really strong person not to try to look for comfort outside of the relationship, because you'll be fucking up what you have, your child, your wife that stood by you no matter what and is still there for you and cooks and cleans and does all that other crap for you, like, don't fuck that shit up.
No, yeah. And like, just to go back, like, if there's anything that my communication was shit.
Like with her, you mean?
Yeah, I didn't have communication. Yeah, or just, in general. When something was wrong, I wouldn't shut down. I just wouldn't say my true feelings. Like, I would sugarcoat some shit. And then it came to a point where it was like, if it was 50% okay, I would just let it go or let it slide. I'd be like, I don't care anymore. But deep down, it was a fucking problem. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I wouldn't tell her that. Like, I would just keep it to myself. And I think it just got to a point where there was just so many problems for both of us. She didn't like some of the shit I did. I didn't like some of the shit she did. And I just never told her. So I think if I would have said some shit, we could have like came to understanding, a compromise, and like, hey, what the fuck? What do I do wrong? And or she would ask me what was, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What was my shit? Vice versa, whatever. I
Yeah.
mean, I
Yeah.
get the point. And we never, not that I can remember, I don't think we ever did that. And I think that would have helped out too. But it was just a crazy ride, and I think I'll be forever grateful for it because this shit changed my life. Shit
You
changed my
learned
life.
from it.
Like, yeah, 100%. I don't think it's been a whole year. Been
I
a whole year.
know.
It's crazy, right?
And you've
Think
done
about it.
a lot of stuff in this year.
And I was thinking about that too. Is like, if that would have never happened, I wouldn't have this. I
Mm-mm.
wouldn't have a business. I wouldn't have, like, there was just so many things that happened last year, good and bad. But like, it was, I don't know. It's just been a ride, and it's just, I think that being single for a year has definitely put time into my hands where I can put towards other things.
I agree.
And I don't think I've ever had that. But then again, I don't think I had the right mindset either to actually do
Being by
anything.
yourself to do things that you wanted to do.
Yeah.
No. Since you were out in high school, you
Yeah.
always had somebody by your side. Um, I mean, you were working, going to college, and then after that, you were just at jobs that you didn't want to be at because
Mhm.
you knew you had the education to be so much more, but there was just things stopping you at that time.
Yeah. And I think that's what it was too. Like, obviously relationships take effort and time. So I mean, not having that, you can always put towards something else. So
Yeah.
that's where it came back. But I think another thing too is that I went through is like, and I've talked about it before on the podcast, and I've mentioned it here and there, but like anxiety and depression was at an all-time high during the pandemic. And I've mentioned it to you too before, and we've talked about it here and there, but I don't think I've actually really got into detail about like what was going on, why it was happening. I mean, we just finished talking about this relationship, so I think that was like the biggest part about it. A friend of mine told me like we that happened with Victoria, and then we, like, a week later she was just like, or no, like a month and a half later she was just like, you're not ready. Like, you're not ready to be alone. And I was just like, I was just like, at first I brushed it off. I was just like, you don't know what you're talking about.
Wait, were you already like separated?
Who, me and Victoria?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
But this was like a friend. Like, this was like
Oh,
somebody,
a friend.
yeah, a friend, like an
Okay,
actual
okay.
friend, like nothing serious like that or whatever. But she was just like, you're not ready. And then she was just like, you're not ready to be single. You're not ready to be alone. You're not. And I had just moved into here, and that shit hit me quick. Like, this was March, April, May, and that shit was dark, man. Like, I've said it before. Like, I never thought anxiety, depression, those dark thoughts would ever get to me because I was always doing something. I was always preoccupied. I was always in a relationship. I was always at work, college, and I don't think it ever got down to it when when we did have that downtime and during the pandemic when everything was closed, restaurants, gym, businesses, and you were just here alone and you had nothing to do else but just like sit here, put on some Netflix and just chill. And then it clicked. I was like, why? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just have to ask yourself, like, why am I feeling like this? Why are these, um, why don't I want to be here anymore? Um, just all these negative type shit where it's just like, oh, I don't, what is this? I don't like this. Like, you know, like, it was just bad. It was terrible. And I think the point I'm trying to get across is I came to a point where it was just like, I think it was just the end. And like your face, all my friends' face, um, Laura, DeAndre, Edward, every, like, family wise face. And then obviously Victoria, like, just boom, 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 just flashing in my head. Memories. And I think at that point that's when it switched. Like, like I told you on that conversation on the phone, I got people on the ship. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's people rooting for me right now. Why would I want to be like this? Like, no, you can't. Why?
Because you know, I've always been there for you. You know, you've always um, been with me. And then, you know, of course, you got into high school and you started dating. And so and you know what, to be honest with you, I have always felt that when you were in high school and you would get a girlfriend, I'd be like, man, this bitch is trying to replace me. Like, I would get mad.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it wasn't like that because eventually I can't hold on to you. You know, I couldn't hold on to you then. You know, I needed to let you go, but because we were always together all 18 years and
Yeah.
even more some, even when you were, you know, going to college and stuff, you know, so that was like a big thing, you know, because you always had somebody in your life. And then, you know, even when you moved away, you know, we had that conversation that
Yeah,
night.
that was tough.
You know, like
That was tough.
I could tell in how we were talking and in your voice that you didn't want to leave, but you needed to leave because you were already were like, wait, what, 24?
I was
I'm going to say
22.
22. Okay. You already knew that you had to be on your own. And I remember telling you, no, you don't have to leave yet. Finish college. After you finish college, you could be out on your own, you know, do whatever you want. And well, not even a year until you were gone, you realized that, okay, there were all these responsibilities that I would take care of for you.
Yeah.
And here you were just thrown in, you know, even though you were prepared financially and every other thing that you needed to
Yeah.
know, you just weren't ready to be out on your own. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like
100%, I believe it. I remember that conversation. We had a conversation about me moving out. This was what,
and
2018?
2018.
It was like the summer before 2018. And yeah, I mean, both of us, we cried our eyes out
Yeah.
because I don't think we were ready. I for sure wasn't ready. But I think it was the fear that got in my way of actually, like, my mom, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's been here for my whole life. I couldn't fathom, like, at the point in time, like, not like waking up is like your mom's not in the same house as you. But that was like the fear that was going through my head. But I knew I had to get out to actually know what it feels like. And
Yeah.
I think that's the same reason why I kind of get into this apartment by myself. It was just the fear of me not jumping off that cliff and saying, hey, you have to fucking do this. Like,
And you know, like just say, you know, for instance, with Edward, you know, he was 16 when we got into a little disagreement. He ended up moving out.
Mhm.
So 16, like 6 years later, you know, and things changed for him, you know. He had to learn a lot of things from somebody else that I would have liked to have taught him, but unfortunately, that's just not how it worked out. But like even now that you know he's with me again, you know it's a totally different relationship that we have versus when he was you know a teenager. You know, and it's just he's still learning. You know, he's still learning from me. I still learn from him. You know, it's just like a never ending story. You know, but it's just temporary. You know, I'm temporary to teach y'all what y'all need to learn and for y'all to take in what I teach you. You know what I'm saying? Like I remember, you know, when y'all were young and I would tell y'all to do chores. I mean, you had no problem with it. Of course, the other kids, they did, you know, and it's like, hey, all that shit is being taught because when you go out to the real world, you're going to use all this that I'm trying to teach y'all and y'all just don't want to fucking do it, you know, and like, Deandra, you know, she'll say, "Oh, mom, man, I wish I would have listened to you when I was younger, and life is hard." And I said, "I told y'all." No, it's not that I wanted to be mean with y'all, you know. I wanted to get y'all ready because I'm not always gonna be here, and I don't want. I mean, of course, when I leave this world, I'm not gonna know what y'all do, you know, after you know I pass away. It's just I want to make sure in those last days that I know that I've taught y'all what I needed to teach y'all, and I could feel comfortable about, you know.
Yeah, and I say it all the time, like shit's hard. Like shit is hard.
It is hard.
When you, I don't even have kids, so I can't even think about what it feels like to fucking have kids and like be living on your own. And I mean, I still call you, like I called you the other day, like just for whatever the fuck I was going through. Because you got 20, 25 years on me. There's a ton of experiences you've been through.
Hey, don't put on my real age.
No, you just know you're a mom.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's just, I think there's a mom instinct. You know what I'm saying? That you just.
Hey, you know what you say right now is that I know everything. So Gilbert, right? I'll tell him when I'm talking to one of y'all, right? He's all Dr. Phil or what? And I was like, hey, bro, I'm fucking doctor, nurse, psychologist, you name it, I'm in. He's all, no, you're not. I said, I do know it all.
But that's the mom role.
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
what I mean? And that's the dad role too, because we didn't have dads growing up.
Yeah, no.
So you had to put an extra.
Do both.
Yeah, you had to do both, and that's the crazy part too. Is like.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you know, single moms. Dude, they're fucking strong. Like seriously, or even single dads. You know that the girlfriend or wife leaves or whatever can't handle it. You know, it's a job. You know, like you gotta be like I've told you before, mentally, physically, and emotionally strong with children. You know, your sister, for instance. You know, she has 4 children. You know, right now it's very difficult for her, and she might not say it to you, or you might not ask her about whatever's going on with her, but it's affecting her, you know. And then I've always taught y'all that it's only y'all 4. Nobody else is gonna do for you but y'all 4. I mean, you have friends that have always, had your back no matter what. You know, I can't say nothing about them because I know they're always gonna be there for you. But you, as a person, have to continue on doing that with your brothers and sisters, just like they need to do it with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially Laura. I mean, she needs the emotional help. You know, like a push. You know, like encouragement. Like
when she called me the other day, I hadn't talked to her for like 2 weeks, so I was like, I don't know. I don't even know if I thought about it. It just came out. I was just like, how you doing? Like, how are the kids? How are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's up? Like, that's honestly the first time that I've actually asked, like, how are you doing?
Yeah.
Like those 3-4 words, I don't even know what it is, but like, and she just, you know what I'm saying? Just telling me. And that's what I think she needed, you know what I'm saying? Just to, cause not everybody gets asked that question, but I think more so when people are struggling or people are going through something. Just that thought of fuck, maybe someone is thinking about me. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it's somebody's on my side. Maybe someone's looking over me.
She needs help. She needs help with the kids. You know, like it's very hard when you don't have that help. You know, with your children, and you have to do it all on your own. Which you're capable of doing it. It's just really hard.
Yeah.
You know, but she's gonna get through whatever she's getting through. You know, it's just gonna take time. A lot of anger, tears, frustration she's gonna go through. But I mean, even I told her, you know, just remember your kids need you, and nobody's gonna do for your kids like you do. So you need to keep that mentality that you are the only person that are gonna do for those kids, and that should push you to hustle and do what you need to do. So hopefully she listens to my words.
I want to go back to like when we were in high school. That's I was just like, fuck this girl, like fuck this woman. She doesn't know what she's talking about.
Bitch, fuck you.
That's the legit thought.
Yeah.
Fucking bring me back to 10th and 11th grade, not senior year because I was on some other shit, but like 10th and 11th grade, I had like, she doesn't know what she's talking about. Like, why do I have to do this? Why do I have to pay the light bill? Why do I have to like turn off the lights? Why do I have to unplug everything? Like, nah, like, no. And we talked about this before on the podcast. I'm unplugging the motherfucking TV before we fucking leave the house. Ain't no way my damn light bill is coming out to that fucking much.
What was your light bill?
Hey,
Hey, that shit was funny. Oh my god.
It was like $50 or something like that. But like in high school though, all four of us, what was it?
Yeah, it was like
three?
$400,
Yeah, four?
$300, $400. I was like, these motherfuckers, what the fuck? Like, I pay light.
Yeah.
That's why I would tell, hey, disconnect shit. Don't leave the TV on all night. Turn off your motherfucking radio. And did y'all listen? No. And there I was paying that amount every month for the whole summer. I did everything I could for y'all. I had everything. I had a roof over y'all's head, food for you and your friends. I mean, sometimes they would bring food. That was cool. Light, internet, all that crap, dude. It was, and then not even having no money to buy fucking chones and shit.
Who, you?
Yes. Oh. Give me a gift card, Victoria's Secrets. Ow.
When's the last time?
No, the last time. No, I buy underwears all the time, fool. Shit, fuck yeah! I see some pretty underwears. I'm like, hell yeah, shit! I'm taking those.
That's fucking hilarious.
But before, when I was, single, working, taking care of y'all's four, that shit was hard, man. Like
holes in them.
Hey, they're still good. Watch them by hand. It's fine. No. I'm being for real. Yeah. Like seriously, like that shit was hard. Yeah. Like you couldn't buy nothing for yourself because everything had to be for the kids, And if you're the type of person that buys for yourself and not for your kids, you're fucked up.
Oh, you got that shit backwards.
Yeah, like you need to change some shit because you'll have enough time when your kids are gone. Buy your shit when they're gone. So that's what I do now. I got chingo de pinches underwears. Now I
everybody's
do shit.
Out the house and
hey, drawer full. Mama lo recio.
No, yeah, for real. That shit was just funny because I remember specifically one time. It was me and Edward, and we came home one time. And you were just yelling your lungs out.
Y'all were together?
Me and Edward?
Yeah, that y'all came. Okay, tell me the story. I'm sorry.
I don't necessarily.
Let me see if I can remember.
So we're on Ashfield. Shout out to Crewalt. We're on Ashfield, and we had came home, or we were home already, and you had came home, and you were just like, I think like the dishes weren't done, or like every light was on, and you just like screaming your head off. And I think that was like one of the first times where I realized, like, damn, this shit's kind of serious. That sounds bad, but
you can't even hear her yelling, but I think this is serious.
No, serious as in fuck. Like what she's saying is like, what she's saying has a meaning. Like it's just not for the fuck of it. But yeah, you were fucking screaming your head off. Me and Edward was there.
Oh, you know what pissed me off, dude, is when I would come home from work and y'all were all doing y'all's chores at 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Like, really? Like, y'all had all freaking day during the summer. Life. And y'all wait till I get home. Or when y'all hit.
That was alive.
That shit would make me so
You would stay up to like 3 or 4
and then I would go to my room, shut the fucking door, and just be pissed in the room. And then I would still go out there and cook for all y'all motherfuckers. Assholes. But hey, that's the life of a mom. Like, for real.
I was thinking about the other day, like one of the conversations we had back in August when everything happened with Trinity.
Mm-hmm.
And the conversation we had was probably one of the toughest conversations that I've had with you because you were, and I don't know if you feel comfortable talking about this, but we can.
No, go ahead.
We can cut it out if you like, but like the conversation was just like things that you were saying, but I already had like went through it, but you were saying it, but it was like if it was coming out of my mouth. If the things that I was thinking, but it was coming out of your mouth. But I already had been through it. Like all the dark thoughts.
Yeah.
Like the situation, like that night.
Yeah.
We were on the phone. It was just like all the dark thoughts, like you not wanting to be here. And
because something emotionally had happened.
Yeah.
And that's what usually happens when something like that, that happened. Trinity has been with me her whole life. So
Trinity's my niece.
For that,
y'all should know.
Being taken away in a split second, it really fucked me up. Like, what the fuck? I sacrificed so much, like I didn't have to step in, but I did because I knew that she needed time to do what she needed to do. And this was a baby that I knew she needed help with. I mean, I know that, now she has other kids and stuff, but she's grown so much, mental wise, and knows a whole lot more. Yes, she still needs me, but not as much as she did back then. You know what I'm saying? But even like our relationship was patchy like
Mhm.
throughout the whole years. But yeah, that shit really fucked me up when all that
Yeah.
shit happened.
And I had got off the phone with you and I had called D and I cried my eyes out. Then I told her, I was just like, there's I can give my mom this. I can give you that credit card that you have that you can swipe and you can buy whatever you want. Like I can give you anything you want in the world, but that fucked me up because nothing I can't give you that strength and that piece of heart that you need to actually get over this. That's something you had to do. But just hearing those thoughts, and Deandra was on the phone with me too, and she was crying her eyes out too, and was like, I couldn't fathom losing you. Like, no way. Like that's what I'm saying. Like people that lose their parents is a different type of I couldn't understand, but just nothing in this world was gonna take away the feeling that you were feeling at that time. And
And you know what got me through
I
you know
couldn't
what
do
got
it.
me
I
through it?
couldn't do anything about it.
No, nobody could have. This was something that I needed to do on my own, like you said. But mm, in my head, I was thinking, I'm feeling all this type of way, all fucked up inside, thinking all these fucked up thoughts. But they're not even thinking like that. The other person, versus, the other person. Their thoughts are not like mine right now because their mentality is different. They didn't lose something like I did. You know what I'm saying? It was just a total different thing. And that's what snapped me out of it. Like, why am I going to be here torturing myself and being down and not wanting to get up from the bed and not
Yeah.
wanting to cook, not wanting to do nothing, not even want to get out of my room, but they're probably out doing stuff, not a care in the world about what's going on with me. I need to snap out of it. It is what it is. It happened the way it happened. It was meant to happen, maybe just not in that kind of way.
Mm-hmm.
I knew the day was gonna come when Trinity had to leave with her mom. I just didn't expect it to happen that way. And that's where it fucked me up. But I had to snap out of it. I had to go to work. I had to clean. I had to do things. And I couldn't be like that anymore, and that's what got me through. I know it sounds kind of fucked up thinking, oh, well, you know what? They don't even give a fuck. But even in a relationship when they there's a breakup and somebody's all fucking depressed and shit like that, but hey, the other person don't give a fuck. They're going out washing their car, washing clothes, meeting with friends. They're doing everything else, but you're over here fucking all depressed and shit. No, get the fuck up. You got other shit you need to do. There's something out there waiting for you. But a lot of people don't realize that.
Not a lot of people have that motivation. They don't think like that. They don't have that mindset. And it was just a hard time for me because after that, like you didn't want to talk to any of us.
I didn't want to talk to. I didn't want to do nothing. I didn't want to have nothing to do with nobody. It's
like,
just
there was times where I would text you, I wouldn't receive a text back. Like I didn't even know if you're okay. And I think that was the part that fucked me up the most because all the worry in the world, and I couldn't help my mom. You know what I'm saying? Like you call me for all these things, and I couldn't do anything. It was hard, man. Like that was the first time I ever I went through everything that I went through previously, and I've talked about the anxiety, depression, but that time was just like not waking up, like you always say, getting that phone call. Man, that was fucking hard. But you know what kept me going? Uh, it was just the thought that if you ever passed away, I knew you would want me to keep going. You know what I mean? I knew you would want me to be the man I know I can be. And going for Deandra, Edward, Laura, like them too, like, because I think we have that relationship where, yeah, my brothers and sisters are mentally aware of what's going on, but I feel like the way where I'm at is just it's more well off as far as financially, mentally, physically. So I would have to, you know what I'm saying? Like I would have to be that person. Like let's Let's get through this together. That's the weight I carry on my shoulders. And that's the thing that got me up. I knew you would want me because that's what you told me when you said you were writing your will. And that's was like, can't do that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even know if I could.
You know, when Trinity did leave with her mom, it was like, no sense in, like, I wasn't needed anymore. That's how I felt. You know, and it really broke me. But I thought, well, all my kids are grown.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they don't need me anymore. Like, I should just move on with my life and just do other stuff like I've always planned. So literally, I was just gonna leave the state, go. I don't know. To be honest with you, I was just gonna go do something, cut everybody off. Didn't want to have like no communication with nobody, you know, because I wanted y'all to live y'all's life. You know what I'm saying? Because like I told you before, I'm not always going to be here, you know, but the sense of fear and dying is big, man. Like I I am scared to die. I'm scared to leave, you know, everybody behind. Are y'all going to be good? Are the grandkids going to be good? But in reality, when somebody passes away, a lot of people move on, you know, because they have to, or else they'll lose their mental state, you know, and like they say, you know, children are, you know, y'all were given to me uh, at the time where I was literally going to end up dead or in jail, you know, so y'all helped me build my life back up, you know, I'm just borrowing y'all, you know what I'm saying? And whenever it's time for y'all to leave or my time to leave, we can't do nothing about it. It's just something that happens. It's life, you know. And I wouldn't want y'all to mourn me. That's why I don't want y'all to bury me. That's why I want to be cremated because I don't want y'all to go to the cemetery and you know be there and cry and put flowers and you know me. I feel don't waste your money on that, use it for yourself, you know, for your life, do whatever you need to do. But I'm gonna always be with y'all, you know. That's why I want to be cremated, my ashes be with y'all or separated, because I know I want y'all to have that sense of feeling that I'm always there for y'all. I'm always gonna be there for y'all, because that's what I've always told y'all, that I'm always gonna be there for y'all. And I feel that y'all having that uh um those ashes, y'all gonna feel that way. And I want y'all to feel comfortable. And I want y'all to keep on going, doing what y'all need to do with life. Live life to the fullest, because that's all you can do. You know, do what you want to do in life and just keep on going until you're old, you know. Start smoking weed on the porch and stuff like that, you know. But yeah, that's how I feel, you know.
Yeah.
But
and I feel the same way. And it took me a while to really understand that I'm not gonna say I know I'm preparing myself, because you don't. It's a different world when it actually happens.
You can't prepare.
But I have yet to accept it, and I think when it does happen, I think that's the mindset I would have.
And you have to it. And I even think like, oh my God, I never want to get that call that something's happened to y'all, but it's gonna happen. And I always say, you know, that I want to be taken before any of y'all are taken from me, because I don't know if I would be able to handle it like the way I'm saying it. Because saying it is easier than actually doing it. You know what I'm saying? And that's just me. I don't know how everybody else feels, but I pray that I am taken before y'all. I know that sounds kind of fucked up, but 4 children and grandchildren, those are too many heartbreaks versus me just being one. Do you know? Like, just that's just my mindset. But yeah, that's how I feel. But no, I wouldn't want you to mourn as you can.
Yeah.
And then move on. Do what you have to do. Get married. Have children. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would want that for all of y'all. You know, not only you, just for all of y'all, because, you know, we'll see each other again.
It's just, you mean so much to me personally. It's just, I can't think of it, man. It just bugs me out. And just I just can't do nothing. I just feel helpless, worryless, you know, not worryless, just helpless. Like, this shit's coming.
Yeah.
And it's coming quick. And a lot of people don't realize that. But you can take a blink and that shit will be there.
Yeah, a lot of shit's happening in the world, you know,
and then,
like.
And I'm not even. Yeah, I wouldn't know, but
that's why just live life to the fullest. Do what you need to do.
Just wanted to talk about that.
Be careful, you know, when you're out there. You know, stranger danger. I'm just kidding. But you know, yeah, I know it's hard.
This was definitely one of the toughest conversations I had on the podcast.
I know I'm all crying. You know, with all my cosa and shit. Oh my dude.
I just want to tell you I love you. I love you so much.
I love you too.
Yeah. And this having this conversation on camera.
Hey, wait, can I borrow some money? No, I'm just kidding. I just played, dude.
No, you're not.
No, be for real, dude.
I'm gonna give it to you back.
No, but no. Well, yeah, that would be. No, but I'll just pay. If you don't need it, you know, I got you next year.
Put it in a piggy bank.
All right. Hey, So when you when I call you again, recycling. Just be like, hey, can you pay my phone? I'm just kidding. No, yeah, that's coming.
Did I put it on the credit card?
Hey, and go. Hey,
I'm gonna take that shit away from you.
No, don't take it away from me. Hey, but it's funny because I'll tell Gilbert. I said, man, I'm gonna text it to Gilbert. Oh, the day we were at the
go-kart.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was like, man, babe.
She had texted me a go-kart. And it was like, what was it, 2,500?
Yeah, it was 2,800.
2,800.
But it was so nice.
And she put,
I really want it.
You want to go half? I'll put it on the credit card. I was just like, what?
Oh, so when we're talking about credit card, is because he has a American Express and I'm on it. Yeah. Like joint. Yeah. And so I always joke with him. Sometimes I'm serious, but.
No, all the time. No,
okay, yeah. Hey, but the go-kart was funny, but Gilbert's all like, don't text him. I was like, why? Because he's going to take away that card. I was like, no, he's not. I'm going to put JK at the end, right? And then
I won't even take it away. I'll just deactivate that bitch.
I know. That's what I told him. I told him, I said, there's no, after I text you, right? And I showed it to him, he's like, what did you never listen. And I was like, babe. All he has to do is deactivate it. He doesn't have to come take it away from me physically. And I probably won't even know that it's deactivated.
No, you won't get nothing. It all comes to me.
Dude, but you know damn well that I don't use it unless I ask you. Yeah. And I have to wait until you drank all night and you're hungover in the next day because you know you'll say yes.
Like you, right? We used to ask you.
I know, motherfucker.
Half asleep.
Get the fuck out of here. And then just like take it. Oh yeah, fucking asshole.
Too hilarious, but yeah. Just thank you for saying this on camera.
Oh,
thank you for coming down here.
Oh, so I said a lot.
Yeah, you did say a lot. We said a lot. Again, this is Women Appreciation Month. Give your mom a hug, kiss. Give your wife a hug and a kiss.
Yes, sir.
Everybody that means it. Everybody that means a lot to you as far as the women, because this month is huge. I'm all for equalization and. Everything in general when it comes to women. And I think a lot of people right now are advocating for that. So shout out to them. But anything you want to say before we head out?
No, I don't. Oh, yes, I do. You know, before we go.
Yeah.
So Edward and Gilbert were having this conversation about women being on their period.
Okay.
And Edward's all, Mom, I don't understand how the fuck y'all can bleed for 7 days and not die. And then Gilbert's all like, okay. Hey, wait. And then Gilbert's all like, he's all like, no shit, dude, right? Like, they're bleeding like every day, all day for 7 days. And they're still walking around. And I was like, you know what's up? It's because we're women, man.
That is hard.
Yeah, like, think about it.
You give me a hangover, a headache. No, I'm out. Like, you've called me before and I'm 5 o'clock. I'm still in fucking bed.
Yeah.
No, I could not do that period
thing. is brute, dude.
Especially like,
it's not.
I'm not even gonna get into it.
But yeah, anyway.
No, it's strong. They're strong.
Women month, because we bleed for 7 days and still live.
Wait, for sure, 7 days straight?
Well, some people is 7. Some is 5. It all depends on the body. But the longest that I've been on it is 7 days. A puro pinche bleeding and still kicking, Christ. Bro.
White set vagina and a heavy flow.
That's nasty.
Fucking mean girls. Okay.
I just thought I would bring that up because, you know, when you said Women's Month, right? You know, we're the shit, man.
Yeah.
Like, for real.
I think they set the tone for sure.
Yeah.
Women do. I don't think we would be here without women. Right? I don't think it's possible.
Mm,
All right.
well,
Physically.
because, Eve said, eat the apple. And so the dumbass ate the apple. So
Oh, the dumbass.
you know what women can do with men. I just play.
Well,
It was
yeah,
good seeing wait, not seeing because they can see
you can
me.
see him.
No, I can't.
Yes, you
And
Say bye to your friends.
bye.
Yeah, that's gonna be it, guys. I have no idea what episode this is, so I'm not gonna say a number because on the last one I fucked up. But yeah, I appreciate you tuning in. If you're watching right now, like, subscribe, and share this with somebody that needs to hear this shit, because I know this can go far. And if you're listening on podcast platforms, go ahead and rate it because that does help out the actual podcast. Leave a review too as well. I would really, really appreciate it. Follow me on all social media. You're not going to get my mom's handle because you're not following her on social media because she recently just made a Snapchat and a TikTok.
And
and
TikTok is cool.
And she's always on that shit.
That's what. No, Snapchat. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure it out though.
Yeah. Well, anyways, I appreciate y'all, guys. Until next time. Peace.